Alrighty, welcome to another test drive Elementor 2 video, and this is kind of deviating from what I usually do. I'm going to be testing out the realistic tuning stat that I have for the BMW M4 Akrapovic. Now, before, this thing didn't even have remotely realistic stats for AutoPack. It had a top speed of 300 kilometers per hour, which the real one can't even do that. You can only do 250 kilometers per hour, which is about 155. And the 0 to 60 was 0 to 100 was like 4.4 seconds, which was based on the 6-speed manual version. Which this the one in AutoPack had six gears, which were geared for the manual version, and I've hence fixed that with 7-speed automatic now. But the acceleration is very weird in VP, which I'll discuss in a little bit, and the horsepower is accurate based on what Assetto Corsa had for the horsepower stats. And yeah, I don't know why that says BHP, by the way. That should be a PS, which would be metric horsepower. Getting to the data, as you can see, there's the weight. The weight might not be 100% accurate, but I guess the heavier the better, since the heavier the car will be, the worse the acceleration will be as a result. Because in VP, Vehicle Property Editor, there was they added a thing in Vehicle Property Editor that kind of gives you the approximate top speed in 0 to 60. Excuse me, and the 0 to 60 was like 3.8 seconds approximately, with like the stock weight, which was like 15.75 kilograms, which yeah, by adding more weight it's started bringing the acceleration down, but I couldn't get it any lower without making the thing weigh like 3,000 kilograms, which that's not even remotely realistic. But yeah, basically this thing is as realistic as it can be, and I'll cut out here for a minute so I could switch to metric stats for you. I am an idiot. I said metric and I meant imperial. Sorry about that. Wait. What? What the heck? It didn't reset itself. What the heck? That was strange. There we go. Now it's reset. Basically, there you go. I don't know why it says... Why does it still say Newton meters? Oh, well, whatever. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, there you go. Well, the stats are realistic. Do I have to refresh it? Yeah, whatever. Basically, there you go. There's all the Imperial stats. So let me go out and drive my maxed out version. Better not start raining. The engine sound you're hearing is actually not available in AutoPack. You have to download it off the TurboDuck forums, which I'll provide a link in the description for the sound mod. It's made by Damies. He actually made it specifically for AutoPack so that it can be used by the AutoPack people, but they didn't quite add it yet. Yeah, as you can see, it's chugging along pretty well. Like I said, this thing's maxed out to level 4. So this is not stock performance stats, but believe me, the stock performance stats are pretty much accurate. The closest you can get to real. But yeah, there you go. Top speed of 179 miles an hour, fully maxed out. That's about 288 kilometers per hour. And so, yeah. And let me show you, this thing does have a 7th gear, but it's kind of useless for normal driving because it's kind of an overdrive gear. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm going to cut out to some performance testing, and of course it's raining in game. I'm going to have to restart my game, get rid of the rain, so BRB. So here we are getting ready to do the performance stats. Now real quick, I want to compare you the BMW M4 Akrapovic with basically its closest rival, the Caterham Superlight R500, which honestly doesn't belong in this class, but whatever. As you can see, top speed is quite significant. It's significantly 0 to 60 is significantly better compared to the BMW M4 Akrapovic. And again, I don't know why the Caterham Superlight is in this class. I don't want to question Ivory Tower's logic with it existing in this class, but whatever. Let's just pretend that, yeah, it doesn't really exist. But yeah, I'm going to be testing it on this track, Pearl City. You have to turn off the dialogue so that you don't have to hear it. It's muffled because usually a voice would play here with like Tess talking crap or whatever. There we go. In order to launch this thing properly, you gotta give it a little bit of a rollout at low speeds, and then you can mat it. That kind of goes with any kind of TDU2 car. As you can see, the handling is pretty good. It actually is quite drifty, surprising. As you can see, it wants to slide its back end out, which I guess that's okay. Let it slide its back end out a little bit. The thing still doesn't corner quite well, but I think that's kind of TDU2 trying to limit the grip because of its high acceleration. Then again, the Caterham Superlight corners a lot better, and the thing has like super high acceleration. Hop the little curb a little bit. There we go, doing pretty well. And there we go, 1 minute 30:32, which I'd say it's pretty good. And we're gonna test the Caterham in a little bit. Catch you guys in like 2 minutes. Here we are with the Caterham. I kind of started the recording just a little bit late, but whatever. There we go, now I can hear my car. I believe this thing is already much faster than the M4. I have to be careful with this thing though, because this thing is very squirrely sometimes. You can't really see the speed on the HUD gauge because Atari thought it would be a good idea to set the numbers basically to the same color as the gauge. I'm surprised I didn't get a penalty for that. Wow, this thing is ridiculously fast. As you saw there, I wasn't even anywhere near like that much time save through that checkpoint, and we're about to reach max speed. Yep, there we go, and the thing is hitting 10,000 RPM. There we go, 15 seconds already. I don't know how this thing will respond to the bumps. Yeah, pretty well. Wow. 6 seconds faster than the M4. Holy crap. Yeah, this thing really doesn't belong in A4, but nothing I can do about that. But as you can see, my M4 tune is not too bad compared to a lot of the other cars. I guess I could test one other car as well, just for the sake of just understanding where it stands. So I guess I will test one more car in this video. Okay, so here we are back with the testing. I'm going to be using the Audi RS6 Avant. I already kind of messed up its run and understeered off, so we're going to be going one more run. That's why you see the brakes glowing. I think I could just rev the thing like mad. There we go. With the M4 and the Caterham, I couldn't actually do that. This thing feels so much heavier compared to all the other cars. Come on, turn. And it's all-wheel drive, so that doesn't really help it. Was redlining the gear. I'm really not used to this thing. This thing really isn't my cup of tea. And we can ignore that little penalty thing. The penalty thing doesn't really matter at the end of the day, because that was just a minor cut. That doesn't really matter. This thing is doing a fairly decent job of actually keeping up with the M4. Okay, handled the jump fairly well. Hey, look at that! It's actually on par with the M4. Which is fairly surprising, because this thing is very heavy and it doesn't really want to turn. So yeah, this thing actually can compete with, like, the M4 is not really that overpowered, actually. So yeah, even with that little penalty that I got, it's the Audi RS6 actually keeps up with the M4 pretty well. So my tune of the M4 is actually really not that bad. So hopefully it does get added AutoPack, and I guess that's pretty much it with this video. So I'll actually real quick at the end of the video I'll put up all the times of the cars real quick, just to kind of scroll through. You guys can pause at any time to look at the times of the cars, and I'll arrange them from fastest to slowest. So yeah, that's pretty much it, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.